Alright, so we're going to try Art Alive. This is for the Sega Genesis. It's from 1991. And it was actually released before the Super Nintendo game Mario Paint, which actually was released in the United States in August of 1992. This is very much what you'd expect from the title alone. It's an art game. It's a drawing and painting game. This actually did not have the mouse like the Mario Paint system did, or game did, but there's actually a sequel game to this that came out for Sega in 1994 called Wacky World's Creativity Studio, and that actually did come with a mouse. So they were doing something right the second time around. And I've seen some screenshots for that game, and it actually looks very interesting. So I may have to give that a shot in a future gameplay. But this title screen, the music is very catchy. I'm enjoying actually watching the colors fill in on this. And I was actually watching the title screen before because I was trying to get figure out the controls to get this started, because I don't have a compatible controller, so I have to use my keyboard. But they have, you know, there's some interesting graphic that comes through here after everything is colored in. So we'll just watch this for another few seconds, and then I will... there's the guy. There's actually a girl also that roller skates by. So let's start the game. And pretty much looks like your standard art game or art app, like in Windows. Paint, which I used to use a lot when I was younger, when I first got a computer. These games, actually, the concept of them is for people who didn't have a home computer back then, because home computers were not, you know, the norm. People had consoles for the most part, so this is something that you know, would appeal to people who wanted to have an art program like on a computer, except they didn't have a computer. They could have this. This is a little bit more limited, though, in what it actually has as opposed to what Mario Paint had. Because Mario Paint actually had games and you could make music on it. And in the sequel game to this, you could actually do that, according to what I've read. So I definitely will take a look at that at some point, as I said. But why don't we have a little bit of fun with this right now. So you can pick different colors. And you could draw with a pencil, erase. That looks like a paint bucket. It's a spray can. It looks like squares and rectangles, circles, triangles and lines, perhaps, and an arrow. So. Okay, so I am drawing a circle. Cool. Oh, that's cool. It just keeps going. Just have to trace the, you know, all the lines around. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Nothing too exciting. So. Okay. This is pretty cool, these patterns here. Music that plays while it fills in. That's kind of cool. Okay, so it's filling it in, so when, you know, so... Oh, that's really cool. So if you're looking to make, like, artwork that has a brick wall pattern, Art Alive has you covered. Cool. Okay, so... And if you want to do you could choose different photos that you can color, different pictures that you can color too. I think I'm going to do the dinosaur. Cool. Fill in the sky. By the way, this game is on, if I haven't already mentioned it, it's on the website classicreload.com, which I've done a few gameplays with some of the stuff that they've had on there. It's a very interesting website. They have a really good variety, and I never actually have heard of this game before, which, you know, makes it all the more appealing. You know, to me, and I really actually really like this website and just the eclectic offerings, because I played Oregon Trail for the first time in a very long time on this, and like I said, I haven't heard of this game. Now they don't have the sequel game on here, so I'll have to try and find that somewhere else. I'm sure there's a ROM out there somewhere, but I really it's kind of a cute game. It's a little limited in what you can do with it. But I bet this was really popular back in the day. For Mario Paint, of course, if you had a Sega. Which I did not have until 1995. I actually really liked having a Sega, but I got a Super Nintendo pretty much right after I got my Sega. No brown? Oh. So I just changed that color very easily. So now we have lava. Let's take a look at what else they have. Ghost. Let's take a look at this. Oh, haunted house. That's kind of cool. See, it doesn't really promise what you get in the little, you know, preview picture. The good thing is you can undo if you what you did. Needs to be very precise with moving the oh, let's go with the red for the curtains. Tell you what, the sound is a little grating after a while, but you know, you can always hit the mute button if you don't like it. I mean, if I don't like it, I could do that too, but for demonstrative purposes, I'm not going to do anything with it. It's the ugliest haunted house ever. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, there's my painting of a haunted house. So let's take a look at it. Let's make a new. Yeah. Okay, blank canvas. Now they have some stamps too on here. Oh, they have Sonic the Hedgehog. They have Toe Jam and Earl. Oh, they have birthday cake, birthday present, birthday balloon, can do all kinds of stuff with these stamps. Don't know why Sonic was red here. Oh, and you can design your own stamps too. That's pretty cool. I'm not artistic enough to be able to do something like that. Oh, and you can make a stamp move. And this is kind of cool. There's different paths that you can have them follow. Say I pick a duck or a bird. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's pick a birthday. The loading speed isn't that bad either. I mean, it might be the fact that it's on the computer. I'm not sure, but the oh, we got our bird flying around here. Yeah, you can leave. We're good. The bird is not going to go away. That's cool. Pretty much fills in the letters. Controls are pretty good on this. As I said, I'm using my computer keyboard because I don't have a compatible controller. And that's alright. I don't, really need to have one. But it does tell you on the menu, on the main screen before you actually start playing the game, what buttons you need for if it's a Sega game. So if you're playing this with your computer keyboard, you use the arrow keys, control to actually select anything, and one is the start start, so that'll actually show the menu when you're playing this game. So just do a whole scene here, and probably call it a game after that. But this is kind of a, you know, probably a nice little game for younger kids. Back then, this would be a little too simple now for kids, being that they play fighting games and, you know, they don't really make stuff like this anymore. Don't really have to. This is a product of a different time. Okay, let's put some stamps in there. And you can even change the direction of the stamps. That. Very funky color bricks. And let's get one of those motion stamps in here for good measure. Yep, that's not totally bizarre at all. Alright, well that is Art Alive for the Sega Genesis. as I said, there is a sequel to it called Wacky World's Creativity Center. I got the title right. I know I said that earlier, so if I got the title wrong this time, it's just because it's late when I'm recording this and I'm, not thinking. But I think that's what it was. And that had a little bit more of a Mario Paint look to it. But this is actually kind of a cute game. It's, obviously it's a little limited, but you're using a controller instead of a mouse to do it, and I'm using computer keyboard to act as the game controller. But yeah, I like this. It's cute and it's fun. And thank you to Classic Reload for having things like this on their website. As I said, I never even heard of this until I actually found it randomly looking at educational games on here. Yes, I am very boring that I'm looking at educational games, but I was just clicking around, and I'm always looking for article ideas for Retroist, this is actually what it's going to be for. And I just found this interesting, and I was like, oh, well, I'll give this a try, being that they don't have Mario Paint on their site. So I figured this was the next best thing. But they don't have the sequel game on there, so I'll actually have to look for that somewhere else. So hopefully I can find that, and actually there will be a future video gameplay in that. But this was a nice little start, and this was a good way to start back up with Retroist again after I took a break for the holidays. But all right. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can check out my blog, Allison's Written Words. All the information, if you're watching this on YouTube, is in the description below, and you can also check my articles out on Retroist. I post there about once a week. All right, thanks for watching.